Hello, friends from the manga world. My name is G,
And I'm Hector.
and we're here to talk about the August 2025 new manga releases. And Hector and I, we work for Penguin Random House. So the titles that you'll see today are those that we can sell internationally. And aside from this YouTube channel, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and on X at PRH International Comics, where you'll see our posts and updates on those channels. Hector and I will go over our personal picks for the month of August. We'll go into volume ones and one shots to look out for, the new ones coming out for this month. And also, we'll leave you with the rest of the list with continuing volumes that you don't want to miss out on. So we'll go ahead and get started here. And it's actually going to be my first pick.
hmm
This is the Devil's Princess light novel volume 1. We have the second prince. He basically welcomes his precious newborn, Eulishia, as a blessing, but no one suspects the truth that she's actually a devil in disguise, which is kind of not far off of it because that looks like an innocent girl on the cover, but the way that she's
That's,
staring,
I'm sorry,
that's
that's
no
very
innocent.
creepy girl. That is a
Creepy.
very, very creepy
Creepy.
girl.
So
Yeah.
once a fearsome demon of the shadowy realm, she actually really longs for a brighter world filled with
Mhm.
family, friends, and light. So defying her dark origins, she tore through, or basically tore through the summoning gates, and then was reborn as this human child. And so in this mortal world, she's sort of revered as this prophesied saint, which is a complete opposite of
Yes.
her previous form. And so she hides her demonic hunger beneath this really innocent facade. And so it's a question of how long can she keep her secret? There's dangerous schemes, whispers of her true nature is like slowly creeping into people's ears, and so she must balance her love for humanity, because she does have love for humanity, with the darkness that's still within her. And so while she might have escaped the shadows of the underworld, they're never really far behind, and neither is her hunger. So
Yeah.
it's a balancing act for her. So it's such an interesting premise, and I have to put this on my list of pickups.
Yeah. Sounds very interesting.
Mhm.
Yes. And then we continue with Doombreaker Volume 2 by Deep Blue. Um, and this is from Webtoon Unscrolled. And when Volume One came out, I it kind of caught my eye, but I had a chance to read a little bit of it, and I love this. It's right up my alley. So it's for fans of solo leveling and other things like that, with lots of action and very big fantasy, and a lot of fighting, I should say, too. So Zephyr is the last human fighting evil in the world abandoned by the gods. And after he's slain by Tartarus, the demon lord, see behind him, all humanity seems lost. However, much of the sinister amusement of the gods, much to the sinister amusement of the gods, Zephyr is reincarnated and sent 10 years into the past to try and save humanity. Can Zephyr finally have his revenge against Tartarus and save the woman he loves, or is he doomed to repeat the past? And this volume is the second volume. It collects, episodes 11 to 24. Volume one is obviously 1 to 10. You're gonna see a lot more of the preparation and what he has to deal with. And I love these stories of sort of reincarnation or going back in time. It's not quite an isekai because it's going back to the same world, but it's still turning back time and giving another chance. Also, fans of ReZero probably will love this too. Uh, and like I said, I read some of the webtoon episodes, and the art is amazing, as you can see by the cover art here too. So this is another one that I'm looking forward to. It's just like I said, right up my alley. It's one of those action fantasy books that I love. There you go.
All right. Next up is Eternal Covenant Volume 1. This is the creator's Hedgen. This is about Ian Gloucester, who always believed he was cursed to live as a destructive monster. There seems to be a trend here of my picks. He carried out his days in faithful servitude to the Savior who plucked him from the depths of hell. Again, similar theme, very different concept here. But the person who was that savior for him is Cardinal Brixton. One day, this mysterious man named Solite Winkler tells him that this power that is actually magic. And as a result, Ian begins to question everything he's ever known. So the two reluctantly form this alliance to expose corruption that lies within the kingdom. And despite his loyalty to the strict religious cardinal, Ian is drawn to Saul and slowly begins to fall for him. So this is the first volume of the very popular webtoon. So this is for fans of epic fantasy, those who really like spicy romances, and the author. And if you're familiar with the author's previous webtoon, The Sweetest Man, so those fans obviously would flock to this one as well. So yes, coming out again, all of this coming out in
Yeah,
August.
of course. And next up, something a little bit different. Let's talk about guilty pleasures. And one of my guilty pleasures is Hololive. I gotta tell you, I have VTubers. I don't know why. And if you don't know what VTubers are people who are have these digital characters, and you can chat with them and you can watch them, uh, do play video games and stuff like that. And that world has grown so much that now we get stories with those characters. And we've had a few already from Hololive. We've had a couple of characters into manga adaptations now. And this one is Hollow Earth Chronicles Side E, Yamato Fantasia 01. And it has these two characters, Shirakami Fubuki and Ukami Mio, which are part of the Hololive VTubers. But you get to see them in an alternative reality, a short hop away from your own. And these two partners, they defend the peace of Yamato, a land where humans and mythical beings coexist in harmony. Whether they're playing video games, exploring haunted houses, or cleansing the corrupt force known as stigma, this fox wolf duo is always ready to do their duties with a smile. Again, this is just a fun, you got these two, a fox and a wolf girl just having adventures in another world. That's basically what it is. You don't have to, overthink it too much. It's just that much fun. And like I said, Hololive is a whole other world, and so many fans of VTubers around the world. And like I said, we already had a couple of other titles with some of those characters. So highly recommend, if you don't know that world, tread cautiously because it could be addictive. You get into it and then you just like, and your feed in YouTube is just full of Hololive videos. But it's fun. There you go.
All right, the next one. This is also a really unique premise, and with a very interesting title. My
Yeah.
husband and I sleep in a coffin. This is the novel, volume one. We have Wong, who is this reclusive gay virgin who wakes up to a very shocking reality. He now inhabits the body of a 1,000-year-old corpse, dressed in this like elaborate wedding attire. And what's even crazier is that he finds himself sharing a coffin with Wen, who is this immortal warrior who has spent centuries waiting for the return of his lost lover. there is a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Woken up in this corpse body and now trapped in this lavish mausoleum, and the undead around them is constantly ravenous, and Wong's only source of sustenance, which is very interesting, is this magical peach blossom tree that keeps his heart beating. And so survival isn't only a challenge in that way, but he also have to avoid grave robbers, and also has to conceal his growing attraction to the hot yet unhinged and very, very unhinged, I should say, immortal, who will stop at nothing, even murder, to protect his beloved. So can Wong find his footing in this new body, corpse body that he's in? Can he survive the passionate and doting, handsome coffin mate uh, that is close by? So really, really, yeah, I've never read anything quite like this before,
Yeah.
and I am really excited to dive into this because it intrigued me so much. So yeah.
And next up, a classic Mobile Suit Gundam, the origin deluxe one by Yoshikatsu Yasuke. This is, first of all, we have world rights for this one, so anybody can get these from Penguin Random House. Um, it is the original stories franchised from the first season. Um, this is, I'm going to read a comment because there's a lot of comments about this, but Neo Magazine K said this manga was penned by Joshi Kazu Yasuhiko, and who better to handle the transformation of the show from screen to page than the man who had key roles in the original series, from character design to illustration to layout. So that basically tells you all you need to know about this one. This new edition collects the original best-selling 12 installments in English, released into it's going to be released into 6 oversized volumes. All of the many color pages, unusually numerous for Japanese comics, have been retained only at a larger size. Uh, and the master's artwork has never looked so grand. Lots and lots of fans of Gundam out there, but also if you're not a fan and you're a fan of Japanese media in general, Gundam is one of those big, big franchises. So this is a great way to get into it. So can't wait, and I can't wait to have it on a very beautiful collection of big 6 volumes hardcover that you can put next to each other. They're gonna look great on a shelf. There you go.
Okay, we're leading into volume ones and one shots here. We have, of course, the Akira hardcover collection. This is the volume one. So this was never like these. We did have hardcovers, but they were in a box set previously. So now we have Kodansha having these come out as like individual volumes that you could purchase in hardcover, which is quite nice. Need I say more? This is Akira. So I say I won't delay, but I'm delaying right now.
Yeah,
I'll
and
move
it's
on, but everyone knows
yeah,
what
but it's
Akira is.
like August is gonna be volume one, September, October, November. So by December you'll have the full collection.
You'll have the full one. So, and
Yes.
then continuing, we have The Demon King is Way Too Overprotective, Volume 1. This is Yamada, who has hit rock bottom, but a mysterious, incredibly handsome stranger with horns, you'll see on the cover there, swoops in, claiming he's the Demon King who's crossed dimensions, went that far to be with her. Why? Because according to him, she's the reincarnation of his lost love. Don't miss this tale. This is star-crossed, literally star-crossed lovers. It has an interesting twist here. And then we have Don't Hold Back, Lord Hades, Volume 1. So this is like a Persephone and Hades romance take of this. It's a steamy romance in this new volume one manga that you have here. And then we have Exquisite Blood, The Heretic, Unamoji. I am definitely saying that wrong. This is volume one. So this is a tale of demonic battles, courtly intrigue. We have the Onamoji, known as the heretic, who faces a destiny that could overturn both the human and the demon realms.
Awesome. And we continue with the volume ones and one shots with Fake Fact Lips Break Omnibus, the anticipated sequel to the hit rivals to lovers' boys love manga Fake Fact Lips and corporate salesman Rio and Zen have finally become lovers. The transition has not been a smooth one. Their co-worker Futami uh, returns to the main office from Osaka and tries to insert himself into Rio and Zen's rivalry. Is some friendly competition all he's after? Definitely a lot of drama right there in one
Yeah.
paragraph. Definitely. That's gonna be cool. So then we continue with the fed up office lady wants to serve the villainess volume one. Some another different office relationship. Very different. Frustrated office workers get transported to the world of the mobile game she's been playing and decides to help the villainess succeed in this fantastical fantasy manga. And then we have Joyful Reunion Novel Volume 1, and you have a regular and special edition of An Unwanted Child Becomes a Man with a Great Destiny in this Dame Boys Love novel series from acclaimed author Fei Tian Ji Hyang, legend from Legend of Exorcism and Ding Ai Fusion Records. And like I said, there's a regular and a special edition for this one.
All right, and then continuing, we have Kingsmaker Volume 1. We have a rebellious prince once thought dead, and a noble son held captive by a deviant king. A bold plot that could change the fate of a kingdom. This just goes on in a list.
Yeah.
This first volume of the hit BL manhwa, and this is by the creative team of Haga and Kang Xiang. This includes this really neat fold-out poster featuring the iconic art of Wolfgang and Suhyuk in this one. So again, volume one, anticipated, highly anticipated for me. And then we have Long Period Volume 1. This is we have two childhood friends struggle through their feelings for each other and the pressures of growing up. So, can their relationship withstand the emotional whiplash of adolescence? Um, I am interested because I really loved the Two Lions, and it's from the same creator, so which you could also get from Seven Seas from us as well. So yes, on my anticipated list too. And then this one as well. If you've seen our FOC picks, I did choose this one too. This
Yeah.
is just my kind of slide. So this is Miss Ruki. Basically, a young woman rejects the fast-paced consumer culture of the 1980s Japan in favor of a slower, more carefree lifestyle. So this is like a day in the life, slice of life, tender, sweetly funny manga that I recommend checking out. This is from New York Review Comics. And then we have My Girlfriend is 8 meters tall, volume one. Wow, you can really see how tall from the
Yeah.
cover. So when one young man reunites with his childhood friend, he gets a big surprise. I wonder what that
Talk
is.
about big surprise.
Size matters in this rom-com about a love that is larger than life, from the creators of Gunbird and Ex Sisters, which is also available from Seven Seas.
Yeah, that reminds me of classic movie, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Uh, then we have My Instructor Won't Yield, a fun and moving one-shot BL romance that'll have you hugging the turns. An elite driving instructor who's sworn of love and a handsome client with a secret get behind the wheel but will they go the distance? I just love all
All
the
the puns.
puns. I love the puns on the BL descriptions. They're amazing. And
Mhm.
of course, that image is also so good about the guy. He's kind of putting his seatbelt, but yeah, is he safe with the seatbelt? Anyways, No God in Eden, Volume 1, a spicy BL, boys love, Omega Burst, romance about the awakening of the very first Alpha and Omega. Not much there as a description, but I love that cover. The colors are amazing. Then we have Reincarnated in a Mafia Dating Sim, Volume 1. Francesca Cavino is reincarnated as the heroine in a mafia dating sim. She tries to break off her engagement to the notorious Leonardo Aldini, the major villain of the game. How is she ever supposed to live in a normal life while being pursued by this insolent thug? I'm sure they'll find a way. And then we have Sacrifice of My Many Souls. Wait, Sacrifice of My Manly Soul. I was like, wait, there's something wrong there. Sacrifice of My Manly Soul, Volume 1. When one teen's family debt leads him to take desperate measures by cross dressing and attending an all girls school, he learns that this situation isn't as unique as he previously thought. Sounds like the plot of a lot of movies in the 80s. Anyway.
Mhm. All right, and then we have Star and Hedgehog. This is one of my favorite tropes, which is the sunshine and grumpy romance between a bubbly university student returning home for the summer and a grouchy but edgy gardener working there temporarily. Can you tell from the cover who is grouchy and who is funny?
Yeah.
The stranger in the hoarding house, burnt out by his job, Kamakura has shut himself away in his home and let the garbage pile around him. So one day, when a friendly neighbor sets a foot inside, time, which had come to a stop for Kamakura, begins to finally tick forward again. So this is a story about love and rehabilitation after trauma. And then we have Werewolves Going Crazy Over Me, Volume 1. I talked about this before, so again, another one of my anticipated this picks or books, I should say. A steamy and full colored webtoon manhwa romance that will leave you howling for more. The tale of a werewolf in disguise and a woman just so happens to save his life in more ways than she realizes.
Very cool.
Okay, and then that's it for our picks and an overview of the volume ones and one shots, as you can see here. So we'll leave you with the rest of the lists at this point, but stick around so that you can see the continuing volumes that are coming out in August. So that's it for today. Check us out with our other videos on this channel, and yeah, tell us what you're interested in picking up for the month of August.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye, everyone.